Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make money through my blogs, very similar to an addition video of what I created in my past video list. It should be on the screen as we speak, where I made a video talking about how I generate passive income every single day. And all my success kind of lies in the concept of blogging. And really what blogging is creating articles just like the one you're seeing on the screen to then receive traffic from Google where people search for certain things, and it provides me an income over time by using the articles to provide context around products. Now, I've talked about this before, but we live in a commerce type of economy, and this economy is global. People are always searching for information on Google. They're learning things. They want to purchase products. They're looking for solutions to their problems. And so I can provide those solutions via my blogs. So to put things into consideration, I want to give you guys a live example of what I'm talking about. And so you can actually see how AI writes my blogs for me. So this is a blog post that I literally spent about maybe 20 minutes working on, and not really writing, because I didn't write any of this content. The AI wrote all of this content. Now, granted, I do want to add to it a little bit more. It's still in its beginning phase, but I do want to show you kind of how it was set up. So let me give you first the kind of the summary as to what's going on and how I'd actually make money doing this. But then after that, I'll show you how I actually was starting to write this article from scratch with the power of AI. So the first thing is that when I'm having the AI tool is called Sparkulator, writing the article for me, I know in my head that I'm going to solve some sort of problem. And so what this current article is, if I go to here to my posts and I click on the article is called 8 Simple Discipline Tips for Beginner Business Owners. So what am I doing here? I'm helping people solve a very serious problem in their lives, which is learning how to develop discipline. Now, I can give people my own personal thoughts and my own personal ideas, which are great, and it's actually quite necessary, but Google's also looking for certain keywords and certain ideas. And the power of AI is that AI is going to write those ideas that Google's already looking for. And the way Google writes this content is it bases it based off all the other articles written on the internet. So I'll give you an example, right? Discipline, me and you, we're both listening to this video, we're watching this video right now. We both know that discipline is crucially important for the success of your business, right? Because it takes discipline to go out there and do the job. Now, I wanted to base this article here for solopreneurs, and I told the AI that, and like I said, you'll see it in a few minutes as to how I indicated to the AI, hey, I want it to be written for solopreneurs, because I didn't want to distract the viewer about managing staff or anything like that. But discipline is important. You got to get up, you got to go to work, you got to do the job, right? This article wrote stuff that I didn't even think of, and this was all through the power of AI. Right? So, for example, in the article, there's a concept mentioned called the Pomodoro technique, which is managing time. I wouldn't have thought of that idea necessarily because it's not something I focus on in my day-to-day life, but the AI knew to mention it because it's utilizing all the concepts of the internet to be able to write a good article for me. And in return, Google's looking for certain keywords. Like, for example, if I'm writing an article on the best credit cards, Google's looking for keywords like MasterCard, Visa, American Express to be mentioned and explained in that article in order for it to even rank, right? So same concept. So I'm writing an article about discipline and time management. You know, the Pomodoro technique, right, was mentioned. The word procrastination was mentioned, right? Eisenhower matrix. These are different things that help that. So I can expand on my work, right? Use the AI tool here. Click generate paragraph. Pomodoro technique. I could take this and I could just, kind of tell it, explain, right? I could just type in here, explain the power of the Pomodoro technique and how to actually use it for someone who has never heard of it, right? Now, this is just one tool in the list of tools here. So it's not like I'm specifically using only one tool. I'm using different tools depending on the situation. So I'll go over here to my article. I'll just create some space for the new text that I'm about to input that the AI creates. And here it says, what's the core topic? Well, the core topic, we know what the core topic is. The core topic is my simple discipline tips for beginner business owners, right? I'll just take this and I will copy it. And I'll actually remove like the 8 parts. So just discipline tips for beginner business owners. And who is this reader ideal for? It's ideal for solopreneurs. So people kind of just like me, right? Because I'm a solopreneur. But I really don't call myself that, but you get the concept, right? Purpose and goal. So the purpose and the goal is, in this case, master time management for this little section. Master time management, right? Because that's the section of the blog article. Now, mind you, once again, all this content was created before I started using these little tools. I used a tool called the AI Wizard, which once again, you'll see in a few minutes how I use it. But here, we'll just write here, time management, okay? And don't worry about any kind of spelling or anything like that. The AI will take care of that. And here I have my writing style. Let's just say I want it to be informative and I want it to be informal, right? And I want to create 2 different versions of outputs. So I'll just click generate here. And it will do that for me. It will create 2 different outputs based on all the information I stated here. And if I ever want to edit the prompt, I can click show here. And that's showing the actual prompt that I kind of input. And you can see here my different context for that prompt. And whenever you have more context for a prompt, it will create better results for your blog, right? So here we have the 2 different outputs. We have variation 1, variation 2, all right? And I don't need all of this information, right? But I could use it. So for example, let's just say I want to copy this, right? I'll hit the little copy button. Let me get rid of this part. I'll hit the little copy button and I'll paste the text right here. So notice how this is step 4, right? To my 8 discipline tips. I'll go ahead and label that H2, but everything in between, which is right here, right, is under this paragraph where I mentioned the Pomodoro technique, which was right here. Right, so let me go ahead and scroll up. But this is, I don't want to confuse you, but this is essentially me adding on to the article that was already written, which is one of the core steps, okay, because I want to give as much context as possible. So really, let me kind of go ahead and show you from the beginning as to how this article was even created. But I want you to know, before I show you that clip, before I show you that like 20-minute clip of me doing that, I want you to know that first thing is I have to create a base for an article after I come up with a topic. I also have to know what products I'm going to recommend. So for example, when I mentioned the Pomodoro technique here, or when the AI mentions it rather, the Pomodoro technique as a way to manage time for disciplined entrepreneurs or people who want to become more disciplined, who are solopreneurs, I could recommend a product that can allow them to do that. Now, some people might look at this and say, oh, well, you're being too salesy. But the way I look at it is I'm here to serve all my viewers. And there's some viewers who want to pay to solve their problems. And this is how the world works. If you need a t-shirt, right? If you're not clothed, you'll go to a clothing store and you buy a t-shirt to solve your problem. If you have a wedding coming up and you need a nice dress shirt or a nice suit, your problem is that you need a suit. So you're going to go to a store to buy the suit. If you're hungry and you need food or you want food, you're going to go to a grocery store or restaurant and you're going to pay to solve your problem. It doesn't really change anything. A lot of times there's a lot of people who get worried about being too salesy or anything like that. And that's not the case because every person needs a solution to their problems. And there are some people who look for solutions in different ways. So there might be somebody who, let's say, is extremely successful at one point, was highly motivated to succeed in business, and then over time they kind of lost their vigor and they lost their discipline because of their success. And, for them, they're not as motivated. So they might come across my article searching on Google, might see a different technique that maybe they've never tried before, and maybe the link for the keyword is associated with a product, with an affiliate link, with something that I can sell to make money. And when you stack article after article after article, giving value to people where they can find different ways that you can help them in a certain niche, it provides you income. And I've said this before on my video where I kind of mentioned all of the different ways that I make passive income. My number one form is blogging because I can give so much context around a certain solution. So I'll give you an example. I have a website where I compare and contrast treadmills, right? I compare and contrast different treadmills. And every single treadmill that I'm comparing and contrasting has an affiliate link towards it. And sometimes these treadmills or Pelotons are very expensive. Some of them could be $5,000-$6,000 a piece. Some of them could even be $2,000 a piece. I get a commission from that, right? Depending on the website, it could be a 25%, 35%, or even a 45% commission on the product. It's a very hefty commission. So if I'm selling, for example, I recommend a $5,000 treadmill and somebody's in the market for one and somebody actually buys it, in my case, it's not being salesy. What I'm really doing is I'm helping solve a problem for them. And let's think of it this way. I use this AI scribe tool. This AI scribe tool solves a problem for me. I don't have to sit there and write for hours and days trying to craft a perfect article. I can spend a significantly much smaller time writing a good outline or good base for my article, which once again, you'll see in a few minutes as to how I set that up. And then it will write content for me. And then what I could do is I could spend in another few minutes just adding in some more little, context pieces, some more images, maybe some, whatever the case I need to add in. But now I've cut my time down by 90%, 95% to write a great article. And that article will rank on Google. So this software, for example, saved me some time. So different products are for different folks. It's not being salesy. I know a lot of people who first get into blogging are worried about being salesy. It's not the idea. You're focused on solving problems. And this is why when you start a blog, you have to pick a niche to solve people's problems in. It's like if I want to help people buy my, for example, t-shirts on self-discipline, right? And that's something they're interested in. I'm not going to sit and talk about Easter one day, or I'm not going to talk about holidays and Christmas, because we're only focused on self-discipline. We're not focused on any other topic. But regardless, I'm going to now play the clip. It's like a 20-plus minute clip of me literally starting to write this article from scratch with the power of AI, how I would set it up, and how it compares to a different software using Rocket Web Builder. So for people who don't know, like I said, I'll give you a 30-second breakdown. There's two different ways that I create blogs, and I have a portfolio of different websites. One of the ways is through a platform called rocketwebbuilder.com. It's basically a tool that you'll see has AI built into it that can write the articles for me and can help me. It's a drag and drop tool. I can write articles, add images, whatever. And then we have WordPress, which is much more common. A lot of people, like pretty much, I think 60% of the internet is powered by WordPress. But then again, two different tools for different folks, and they offer different things. So enjoy the rest of this video. Enjoy how I create these articles from scratch. And of course, I'll leave all the different resource links in the description. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of the clip. Some of you have seen my video where I posted about how I generate passive income every single day, selling a whole ton of different products through the power of blogging. Blogging is simply where I create written articles that rank on Google and allow me to gain traffic every single day, and that traffic turns into customers, whether it's in the form of affiliate marketing or whether it's in the form of a paid product that I'm selling, or ad space, or anything in between. Traffic leads to income. So today I'm going to be showing you kind of how I set up these blog posts, and I'm going to go mainly through my WordPress site here and show you step by step how I'm going to set it up. But for the first literally 2 minutes, or probably the first minute, I'll show you how I do it also on Rocket Web Builder. If you guys do remember on that video, I did state that I own websites on Rocket Web Builder and on WordPress. So I'll just spend literally a minute showing it to you on Rocket Web Builder, and then we'll move into WordPress and show you how to build sites there. The reason why is because most of the people who are listening today probably use WordPress, and WordPress is a platform that allows you to create these blogs and sell those products and make that money. All right, so let's go ahead and head over to this blog post here that I written about how I actually generate this income. And you could see from the videos various screenshots, whether it be through AdSense. This is a month where we made 16K in 1 month, and then 15 that month, 15K. This is affiliate marketing, 22,000 pending, or 23 technically. And then that day's earnings was 1,700, close to 1,700. This was a print on demand store that I owned. Let's see here. This is, do I have any more screenshots? I don't think I do, but I could add more over time, but you get my point. So these are different ways that I'll earn income. But this is an article that was written on Rocket Web Builder, and this is the exact article behind the scenes. So you could see here, this is the exact article. And like I said, I'm only going to spend 2 minutes showing this, where I can add widgets. So if I want to add an image, I can go ahead and add an image, right? I can select the actual image. If I want to add some text, I can do that. If I want to add a title or a heading, I could do that. And all of this is the blogging section. So if you look here at pages, I have a blogging section. All I have to do is click add new, select the blog. Obviously, I don't have that option here because I already have a blog. And with a blog, you can add as many number of blog posts as you want with the cheapest plan on Rocket Web Builder. But with that being said, if I want to add text, it's all drag and drop, right? So that's what makes it easy. But when I write the text, I can let AI write the text for me. So this is the auto blogging section of it. So if I want to write a paragraph about, whatever, I just click this AI button. I hit generate text. I give it a prompt. I can control the tonality. I can choose to improve the writing, expand, shorten the writing. So there's various things I could do. All right, so that's Rocket Web Builder. And now I'm going to put that to the side because I don't want to talk about Rocket Web Builder anymore. I just kind of wanted to show you that's one aspect of my business. And like I said, most of my sites are on Rocket Web Builder. It's a little more fluid. It's easier to use. Virtual assistants, when they use it, it's a lot easier for them to understand it. But here we have WordPress. So how do I do my auto blogging on WordPress? Well, it's very simple. I use a tool called AI Scribe from Sparkulizer.com. I've spoken about these guys before. Let me go to Sparkulizer.com. They have their tool here that basically writes different content for you. My favorite tool is their newer tool called the Blog Wizard. This is their pricing. It's $6.99 the month, which is the most expensive because it's the monthly plan, but it's actually pretty cheap. $6.99 is really not that much, but annually you could pay $47, or you could pay a one-time fee of $300 and you get, or $299, same thing, and you get to order the tool. But anyways, how does it work? So first thing, I have my API key here, so I'll just delete this, paste it, hit save, and I'm going to choose my language model. So I can use GPT-4 if I want, but for pricing, GPT 3.5 Turbo is very, very good. It's very fast, and it's very, very cheap. So to put things into consideration, I can write about 750,000 words, and it only cost me $10. And if you guys kind of watch some of my videos about blogging or know any of the blogging type content, articles can range from like 15 words, 1,500 or 1,200 words, all the way up to like 3,500 words. So if you think about it, if I set up a blog with like, let's just say 30 blog posts, right? I mean, I don't know what the exact cost on that would be, but like if I have 30 blog posts with, let's just say, an average of 2,400 words, that comes out to 72,000 words. So that's not even, I mean, we're looking at very small prices, maybe $1 to write all the content. So it's effectively nothing, right? But anyways, and something I want to just put out there, a blog should have like 30 to 45 blog posts as some good base posts that generate that traffic for you. But here we have the language model. The language model for me, I'm going to use is GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K, okay? And my creativity, which is the temperature, I'm going to boost it up to 1.2, and I'm going to hit save here, okay? And these are the initial settings of the plugin tool. If you use Sparkulizer.com, it will tell you how to install the tool. It will show you all that kind of stuff. It's all on the website. But basically, once you sign up, once you pay for the tool, you download the tool. You go to your email, you have the license key, you download the tool, you upload it into WordPress, and you add your license key, and you're good to go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this AI Scribe button, and I'm going to go to my Article Wizard tool. Right. And this is where I'm going to start thinking of my article and thinking of the topics. So let's say I want to write an article about mental health, being self-disciplined, right? Because being self-disciplined is like the cornerstone of success, right? And I'm going to go here And this blog, by the way, is called businessbooksummary.com. It's all related to business, but I can understand my audience, and I can give them certain ideas of products that they can purchase based on some articles that I would write. So discipline, everybody needs that in business, right? So I can write an article around that, and my viewers would still be somewhat interested in it. Okay, and this was the website where essentially I wrote I wrote 16 different blogs for the 16 books I've read in 16 days, right? And these are business related books. And the website is called Business Book Summary, right? So anyways, I'll click article here, the AI article wizard, and I'll start off with a topic, my core topic. My core topic is going to be about discipline. So it says main topic or subject of the article. And I'm going to erase the text that it says here, and I'm going to write discipline for business. Okay? And it doesn't matter if I spell anything wrong. The AI is going to tackle that. I don't have to worry about anything here. Target audience, we're going to talk about for beginner business owners. Okay? Purpose/goal. My purpose or my goal with this is to, let's use persuade. Okay? Persuade business. Article format that I'm going to prefer here is going to be a listicle and how-to. So what I'm going to do is, instead of removing the comma, I'll add a star here, and I'll just remove some of this other kind of text here, and I'll just leave that. And what I want to do is I want to have a discipline and business in the keywords, right? So I have a keyword list that I can add here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an informative type of informal type tone for my blog. And I'm going to, I could actually, why not? We'll generate 8 different entries. Let's see what title is the best for our ideology here. And we have 8 simple discipline tips for beginner business owners. The power of discipline in business, 8 habits you need to succeed. How to boost your business success with effective discipline. Mastering discipline, a beginner's business guide to success. Unleashing your inner business warrior, the importance of discipline. I actually like that a lot. Essential discipline habits every new business owner should know. Take charge of your business destiny, embrace discipline for success, and from chaos to control, prioritizing discipline in your business journey. I think right here, 8 simple discipline tips for beginner business owners. Let's go ahead and click on this, and let's click on our next step. So now, this is our title, right? And so our core topic is discipline for business, right? Our target audience is beginner business owners. Our purpose or goal is to persuade business owners to prioritize their disciplinary habits so that they could perform better in business and achieve greater success. And our preferred article format is listicles and how-to guides, right? So we have our text here, and I can actually generate 3 different outlines for our article here. So I can click show, and this show here will show me what our prompt is. I can add anything to it. I can remove anything. Anything I want to do here, I can do that. So let's just say I hit generate, right? And I'm not happy with my results. I can edit the prompt. I can, kind of have some results there, but it's currently, like I said, generating 3 different outlines for articles for me. Okay. Now keep in mind, there's certain context that I'm going to have to provide to the article so that it can produce a really good output when the article is being written. But let's go through some of these. So here we have outline 1, outline 2, and then finally outline 3. And we have introduction, importance of discipline as a business owner, brief explanation of a purpose and a goal. And by the way, I can edit these. So if I select one, I can edit it. And then highlight the challenges faced by business owners, explain the role of discipline in overcoming these challenges, overview of the article's purpose or goal. Then we have some more things here, successful multitasking, discipline in team management. Let's see here. All right, so I noticed something I do want to change. I want to reference this for the solopreneur. So instead of beginner business owners, we're going to type in beginner business owners who are solopreneurs. entrepreneurs, right? So what that means is they don't really have any kind of team. They're just doing it all themselves. So I'll hit generate again, and it'll create a new outline for us based on that. All right, so we'll give it a second and let it take its time to generate some new results for us. So it seems like it created a new outline for us, 3 different new outlines, and we can look through them. So here we have, because like I said, the last one I saw something about a team, and I didn't really kind of want to go into that. Team management, healthy work-life balance. We have develop self-discipline, strategies for self-discipline, creating success, etc. Pomodoro technique, Eisenhower matrix. These are some good keywords that Google will look for sure. Create a daily routine, emphasize. All right, I think this is good, right? So we're going to take this, but what I will do real quick is for my introduction, I'll add in here. Okay, so what I added here is in the introduction, I wanted the AI to, for the future, tell a story as an intriguing introduction of how discipline can change an entrepreneur's lifestyle, especially as a solopreneur. And we're going to type in here, true life story, okay, just as context. And we're going to select this green button because we're going to want to indicate that this is the style that we like. And if I really want to, I can look at other ones here and I can see if, if I want to copy and paste anything to this, like for example, there's this section here that says embrace failure as a learning opportunity. I can take this, copy it, and go over here, assuming that they haven't mentioned this already. And I can go over here and type in number 9 right here, or I can even remove one of these. So for example, I can go over here, paste it, remove the number, and just create some context like this and kind of place it within the number 8 category and put it kind of in parentheses, kind of showcasing that it belongs underneath one of these here. So for tracking apps, embracing failure, etc. And now that that's taken care of, we're going to, like I said, select this and go to our next step. And so now, like I said, we have our outline, we have our text, we have our topics, we have our, context, we have our title. Now it's a matter of writing the article. So we have a choice here for certain keywords. We have a choice for the max amount of keywords, or max amount of words, language, writing style, etc. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to expand this to 3,000 words max, okay? Discipline, business. Is there any kind of other keywords I would want to add? There's certain things that I could do for sure to do some keyword research, but I'll add the word solopreneur. I might even add the word online hustler because maybe it has to do with online hustling, making money online. I'll type in here, make money online. That's better. Here we can have niche. We can add the word niche. Different kinds of keywords that might potentially relate. We can have investing. Different kinds of keywords, right? And here I can hit generate. Now it's essentially going to create me 2 different articles that are maximum up to 3,000 words. And the reason why I say 2 is because it says here 2 different entries. If I really wanted to, like I said, I can edit my prompt. And keep in mind when I'm working on this is really not 3,000 word article. It's 6,000 words because it's going to be 2 different articles. So here we have 2 different articles created. It just depends on the person of how big you want it to be. And you might look at this and you might say, this doesn't look like, a 3,000 word article. And that's because the AI is writing it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to expand on it. I always max it out because I want the largest output possible. And let's just say without reading, I can obviously go through and read, but I don't want to take too much time. I pick this one. So if I pick this one, what I could do is I can click the next step here, and then my article is found right here, right? So once I have my article, I can click create post and save as a draft. And just for purposes, if I ever want to go back to the other article that was written, I can go back and I can select this one as well, and I can go to next step, and I can click create post and save as a draft. So now I have 2 articles essentially saved as a draft. I go to my posts, and like I said, this is if I ever want to go back and read any of these articles and kind of compare. And so this was the first one I picked. This was the second one. So they're both in the draft phase, right? I can click on it, and now I can go through and kind of read it and see how I can improve it and what I can do. Now, I wouldn't leave an article like this and just post it. See, many people do that. I prefer to expand on the article, to add some context, to add some images, to add some, to add some graphics, to add some screenshots of different things that I'm doing, add different business ideas. So, for example, let's go ahead and read here. And it says create a daily routine. Like, that's a tip for someone in their, how to build discipline in this article. So I would go over here and I'll create like an empty space. And then what I'll do is I'll hit my AI scribe button, okay, which is right here. It's next to the publish button. And I'm going to prompt the AI to give me a list or an ideas as to how I can actually create a daily routine for business owners. So, for example, I'll go over here into the core topics and all this kind of stuff, or I'll actually just click show on the prompt, and I'll kind of toggle some of this stuff. So our core topic is 8 simple disciplinary tips for business beginner owners. I'll just type in discipline tips for beginner business owners. That's what I'll kind of copy. Okay, and that's my core topic. Go here, simple and effective morning routine to get a business owner's day started, right? And I'm going to take the same text here and just copy it just for a second, because if I have to add it anywhere or kind of, look at my outline, something like that, I might want to play around with that. But I'm going to reduce the keywords here to maybe like, let's say 300, okay? It's definitely not going to be 300 words, but you get the concept. And let's just say there's certain things that I have in my mind. So like wake up could be a keyword, right? Brush teeth or clean up, and then I'll just write clean up right here. Actually, I'll take this and I'll put this in my outline. That's actually a better idea. So clean up. After that, I'll think of, like, for example, 15 minutes in the sun.
Going for a walk, right? Or exercise or workout, something like that. And then maybe cold plunge.
And then after that, maybe getting to work. Something like this, right? As an example. Morning routine, right? Keywords, I'll just leave that open for now. How about that? And then max words we have here. What I'll do is I'll literally just give it kind of a prompt in my prompt here. So it says give me counts variations. I'll say here list out, and copy this. I'll just say list a simple and effective morning routine. Okay, so I'll just write that right here. And it's okay to take a little time, guys, crafting your prompts so you can get some better results, but I'll lead this into one entry. Let's say I don't want that many entries. I'll lead it into one entry, and it will literally create me that list of everything that I mentioned here. So now that the work is produced here, I'm just going to copy the part that I want, because this is a little bit larger than what I was expecting. So I'll go from wake up to dive into the cold plunge, get to work, and I'll copy this part right here, right? So it is longer. It's about triple the size, but I'll take that and I'll paste it here, right? So here's the thing. We have to outline the site right now, or the blog. So this is going to be our heading 1. Here we're going to have heading 2, right? So I can clean up the rest of this kind of stuff. I'll just take care of that later, but I'll get rid of this. I'll go over here, and I'll set this up heading 2 here. This is a heading 2, okay? And then here we're going to have heading 3s. So everything listed from 1, 2, 3, 4, all this kind of stuff right here, these will technically be heading 3s. And I would just go in and add some content, where it kind of matters. And I would actually break this part up, make this paragraph-based text, kind of like that. Set this up, because we do want to have some visual flow. It can't just be all this text where the reader comes in and doesn't know what they're looking at effectively. But now you kind of get an idea as to how I would create, a blog post with this AI, and I would create this content. And it's very easy to use, as you could see, and I can kind of use use it for certain levels of different context to add. If I want to add to the blog, I can add to the blog. If I want to shorten it, I could shorten it. There's a lot of things I could do with all the different tools that I have in the tool. So you could see how the blog is coming together. I'll just go ahead and hit Save Draft here, click on the AI tool, and take a look at just all the different options. So we have Generate Title tool, Write Introduction, Generate the Outline, Generate Paragraphs, Generate Images, Write the Conclusion, expand content, rephrase content, rewrite content, shorten content, summarize content, meta description, articles, listicle ideas, AIDA, which is framework. I don't even know. It's something about, it has to do with copywriting, but PAS, which is problem, agitate, solution framework, product title, product description, before and after bridge, features to benefits, call to action, social media posts. So all these different tools have their individual benefits, right? I probably should have used the listicle ideas for what I was doing here, but you get the point. So many different options of things that I could do. And I'll go over here, for example, heading number 3, and then kind of have this. And let's kind of erase what we were doing here. And then let's go to this section, heading 3, turn this into, once again, or number 3, turn it into a heading 3. And you kind of get the idea now as to how these blogs are built. But I would take every portion, right, and adjust to it, add a little bit to it. And you could see here some of the articles that I've written previously. So this was one of the articles, but you can see some of the articles that I've written about the other business books where I had more time to kind of work on it. You can see how I kind of written them. I had key takeaways. I had little charts here of little text, and then some other just written context with some bolding, some, definition-based stuff, some H2s, some H3s, some H4s. I had a mix of all kinds of content, but it was very lengthy. It was built very well, and it creates better results. So if you like this setup, like I said, you can go ahead and get... Okay, so I published the article. Let's go ahead and see how it looks live. Now, once again, I didn't finish the article. It's not like I finished the work, but you get how most of the work is done by AI, and then in the future, I'll go in and add my own little additions to the article to make it a little bit better. But you could see here, for example, when we were giving these 8 discipline tips, right? We have number 1, we have number 2, we have under number 2 a set strategy of things that someone can do, all right? 6 different steps, and then we have finally number 3, right? Which number 3 is essentially after step 2. And then we can expand on step 3, right? So for example, if I talk here about the Pomodoro technique, I can tell them what Pomodoro technique actually is, how to use it. I can link different tools to where it can help you use the Pomodoro technique, etc. And as somebody who wants to make money through blogging, right, I can have affiliate links to these products. I can have different guides. This article is about self-discipline. I can sell a self-discipline type daily journal that people can use to write down their work, make income, kind of. I can sell a... So obviously there's a lot of things that I can do to monetize the website, right? But the point is creating the content then opens that opportunity for me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions around it, any ideas, any kind of struggles or any kind of thoughts. But I'll leave all the links to all the different resources in the links in the description. And hopefully this video helps you out start your blog and get started growing on that. I'll also leave a link in the description to the blogging YouTube channel. If you need help with blogging around that, leave the link in the description if you want to once again watch that content. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.